explain this war of classics. I will in just a moment. But the gist of it, it's a free, completely free trading card game. You can get 100% of cards for free. And you play simultaneous turns with your opponent. I'm going to do a game against bots to show some of the mechanics. It looks complicated at first, but you pick it up pretty quick, I think. And I'm going to play this is just like a Smork deck. Says store. You can buy like animated versions of cards and stuff. And they have a Kickstarter for a new set they're coming out with. The store is where you store cards you've collected. Yeah, something like that. No, so for free, you're going to have some of these like non-animated cards and some of them you're not going to have like full color. And then if you unlock cards or if you pay through the Kickstarter, you get the full color animated. You feel like you know this game. This game came out in 2014 originally, but they've recently remastered it and they're doing new things, a new set. So basically, here's my hand. These are my commanders. I start with my 3 commanders here at the start of every game, and I can at any moment pay their cost, their mana cost in the top left. So it's kind of like if I ever want to have cards that I can just summon out at any time, I can put them here. My mana is here in the bottom left. I got to figure out where my camera should be, probably top left. It goes up 1 a turn, caps at 10, just like Hearthstone. You have health. When the opponent hits you in the face, you lose health. You have morale. Morale cost, it's like at the top right of each card, each like unit, there's this number like the 8 in the top right of this card. That's the morale I'll lose if they die. So if you have enough of your units die, you lose as well if that number gets to 0. So it's just like another resource you have to manage. And then, like most card games, you're going to have units. They have their cost, their attack, their health. They smash into each other just the same as they do in any card game with the attack health system. And I've got my deck, my graveyard. The one more thing, yo, Infinity Wars, what's up? The one more thing I'll say for now, or 2 actually. So when you play a card from your hand, if it doesn't have charge or anything, it goes to the support zone. And then the next turn, you can deploy it to assault or defense. And also, you have this button here, the trading post, that at any time lets you use one of these effects for a mana cost at the top here. So it's kind of analogous to like a hero power if you want to think of it that way. So I'm just showing a bot game to explain things first. Infinity Wars TCG. The game itself anthropomorphized into a person in my chat. So like if I want to play this from my hand, mana cost 1 in the top left, I have to play it into my support zone. Next turn I can decide whether it attack or defends. And this, when it's deployed, it deals 4 damage to a target deployed character. Can I target their command zone? It looks like I can, so I will do that. So they actually, since it's simultaneous turns, they didn't know I was going to do that. They paid their mana to summon that unit at the same time I killed it. So worked out nicely for me. Some of these cards have a lot of text on them, but you figure it out pretty quick. At least from what I have played so far. So it can't be blocked if you didn't attack last turn, When he enters combat with an enemy fortress, which means if it hits your opponent directly in the face, essentially, gains +2/2 at the end of combat. So I'm going to go ahead and... Why can I not play this? I don't remember. I'm not going to lie to you. Can I not have two of the same character at the same time? That's probably what it is. You can predictively target invalid zones, and if they move to a valid zone. Okay, so this hadn't been deployed yet, but since they deployed it at the same time that I used this effect, it did get the kill. Very nice. All right. And so one thing I noticed, you actually can rearrange your hand a bit. Like this. So the effect here to shuffle the leftmost card, you get to choose what your leftmost card is. Austin Von Quiqui, I'm drunk and love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate it. So this is... I'm just gonna undo things just to look at this for a second. I'll play real games against real humans in just a moment. I'm just doing a little bit of bot fights to show off the game at first.
See us online at demonzone.com. No, that's not Demon Zone. That's Demonzone.
It's a really long audio command. So I can play these cards from my command zone without drawing them. I just have to pay the cost. So like, yeah, my mana went from 2 to 3 here because I paid the cost, but I didn't have to draw the card to do that. And I can play it directly into attacking. I'm just going to hit them in the face. Or attempt to anyway. Okay, a 14-1 with charge at the end of the turn, sacrifice it. So I'm just going to throw this in and try to hit them for 14 for free. Yeah, so you can have more copies of the card in your deck and draw them as well. And I don't know everything about this game, obviously. I just started recently, but I'm figuring things out. These are 1/4 or 4/2s with charge, rather. I'm having to get used to the numbers on cards being much larger because health starts at 100 instead of like 30 in Hearthstone, or I think it's 20 in MTG. So let me... When this is in the assault zone, it gives extra attack to these. That's the same card as this one. So let me just throw this out and hit them with an extra damage charge as well. My understanding of this deck I'm playing is that it's full smork, aggro, smack him in the face type dealio. I apologize for saying dealio. I didn't mean it. This card is good. When it enters the deployed area, create 2 Flame Dawn aspirants in your hand. They're 4/2s with charge. When a Flame Drawn aspirant enters the deployed area under your control, if Drill Sergeant is deployed, it gains 2/0. It just seems really good. I, of course, don't really know what I'm talking about, but it seems really good. All right, this was not a very effective resource management turn for me, clearly, but that's okay. Ooh. They're dealing 12 damage split among my stuff. Don't kill my 6/2s, please. Alright, I'm not surprised. Okay. I'm gonna deploy a flying thing rather. The flame strike effect. When this deals damage to a character, it immolates them, causing them to take 5 damage every turn. And you know what? I'll play you as well. Ow, ow. I'm going to need them to stop blowing up my stuff. When a Flame Dawn Purifier kills a character, that character is removed from the game. Instead of going to the graveyard, I would assume. I did play a deck that is heavy on the graveyard mechanics. So you can see here my morale is getting low. That's what I talked about. If you have a bunch of things dying all the time, you run that risk. I'm going to do this attack buff effect. And also, you can enter the support zone. Okay. My morale is getting frighteningly low. When Ransacker deals damage to a player's fortress, all character in that player's support zone take 4 damage. Could be useful. I might need to draw a card here. Yeah, and I realized as well you can like right click to see effects, like the definition of charge, for example. So if anyone wants clarification on specific effects, it's probably good for me to look at them too. I'm going to draw a card. And then you can get out there. Okay. They're buffing their arm. Alright, 8/8 charge. Love it. Return target deployed character to the support zone. I don't really need to do that, but I do want an 8/8 with charge. So just give me my Flame Dawn Aspirant back, I guess. And I'm actually going to draw another card. Order lull, order lull. Support zone is basically like summoning sickness in a lot of other games, yes. It's a lot like that, but there's effects that send things back to the support zone and that kind of thing. Other games don't really have effects that give things summoning sickness again. Like in Hearthstone, you can freeze a card, but then it can still get attacked into, right? It still serves as defense. This actually sends it back. Anyway. I'm going to hop into casual mode and hope not to get completely obliterated. I might though. It's also kind of a safe zone. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So I think I want to just start by playing Chlor, because if it can get an attack in early, it just grows. And here's our timer in the bottom right, since I'm not facing a bot anymore. Okay. I think I would like to create 2 Flame Dawn aspirants, but let me read this first. Cannot be killed from non-damage sources. Pay 4. It transforms into a 10-tin indestructible. That seems amazing. Let me just do that and not think about it too hard. These are big charges too. You know what? I'm all in. They're making some flying demons. Chlorf, yeah. R.I.P. Chlorf. Okay. This one's really cool. You can pay some extra cost to send characters back to support zone. So I don't want them to keep playing a million demons that I can't do anything about, but I don't have a great way to deal with flying right now. So instead, I'm going to just attempt to smack you in the face for as much damage as I possibly can. Pay to discard. Give all characters you control 1/1. All right. All right. Glad to be getting rid of those. They're blocking with their flying creatures, so I don't have to worry about them growing and then attacking me in the face for 1,000. All right. I kind of want all the characters in my assault zone to have +2/0 and then just continue charging them down for a bunch of damage. It's good, honest work. Oh, hey, I did my turn first this time. I should probably be reading the stuff that they play, but I figure the best way to figure things out is to get punished by them, so. They're discarding to buff again. Works for me. So I played a really cool zombies deck the other day. I might try that one next. Just give me a buff to everything and then... Yeah, let's go with that. Also, I could be putting things in the defense zone to defend against attacks, but you know what they say, offense is the best defense. Or I'll just worry about it once they start punishing me for it. They do have kind of giant stuff now. Oh, never mind. First attack of the day doesn't count. Oh, right. Discard your hand. Oh, yes, that's what I would like to do right now. Definitely want to discard my hand. So I'd rather play this and have the charge unit and not worry about using its effect of returning things to hand. Because just waiting and not playing a big charge unit's going to be such a waste. Waste Chucker. They really like discarding things, don't they? Your opponent has left the game. That's understandable. There's nothing wrong with just hitting people in the face. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to play the zombies again. You keep attacking after death for BM. Yeah, I got an opponent down past negative 50 health the other day. Well, a bot opponent. But still. I had 20 zombies attacking at the same time. What's up, Allegory of the Dave? This deck can do some very silly things. Okay, when I play this, when I put it in command zone, it draws a bunch of cards into my hand, which just seems like something I always want to do on turn 2. Need to deploy disease zombie. Target character your opponent controls becomes poison. Well, there's no reason not to play the one thing I can play, right? Oh, so this just draws these into the hand anyway. Bloodthirst. Characters with Bloodthirst gain 2/2 while in combat with this character. So it's really beneficial to have multiple copies of this at the same time. Along with some of these, they just synergize really nicely together. Okay, just summon me one of these then. There's a lot of things in this deck that have an effect if they're in your graveyard for long enough. That's a lot of text, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're discarding a card to give +1/1 to up to 4 random characters. Okay, you're buffing your stuff. I see. So I think there's some nice late game payoff with this deck if I remember. So I might actually want to go on the defense a little bit here. Just go ahead and start summoning some stuff. Demonic Disciple transforms into a 6/6. Are you transforming your 6/6 into a 6/6? Am I reading that correctly? All right. I love a card that gives you an effect. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on my deck. To just discard, well, put 7 cards from the top of your deck into your graveyard. You can bet that I'm going to do that as soon as possible, and I don't care whether it's the right move or not. So infectability, enemy characters killed by this are reanimated to your support zone. I love that, and I'm going to play it. Since this is a game that's existed in some form for a long time now, I wonder if the devs are watching, like, what is he doing? I'm more confused about what my opponent is doing. Are they continuously discarding cards for 1/1 buffs? Because that seems like a terrible idea. When Boomy dies on the battlefield, he explodes, dealing 6 to all characters in the same zone and the zone opposing it. So I could just play this directly into the defense zone because it has haste. And then, that's what it says, right? Oh, or attack zone. And just put all of these to 2, which is not like the most useful thing, but I have to discard 7 cards. I have to. It's too much fun to not do. And I think I'm gonna put my stuff on defense here. All right, I'm maybe starting to get a little worried, but it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because I just blocked all this damage, and now I can use Boomy to destroy these. Uh-huh. See? I was paying attention in Boomy school. And then, since I have 1, I might as well just play this. Hello, hello. Kefka's the Giant. How are you doing? My opponent has left the game. Nice to see someone streaming. It is a fun game. I am brand new. I played a little bit yesterday, but pretty new to it. Although this opponent quit the game, so I think I got it locked up. I have been known to throw some cards around, though. Same opponent. Sorry I have to do this to them. All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, still figuring things out, but having fun so far for sure. When evolving parasite enters combat with a character, kill it. If you do, evolving parasite transforms into a copy of it. Seems pretty awesome. Just gonna start playing some of these inevitable deads out onto the field. Or onto the support zone, I suppose. What's your deal at the end of the turn? If it's deployed, you gain 1 extra resource. Okay. It's a resource generator. It's a ramp deck. You know what I say to that? I say get hit in the face by some zombies. Okay, so artifact. This is a card. If I play this, it'll just have a lasting effect. Well, a delayed effect, I should say. It increments, and then after 3 turns of that, it destroys all characters. All deployed characters are killed and go into my graveyard. If I'm reading that correctly, like, that also means the opponent's units go to my graveyard. So these get stronger if they're in combat with a character. So if they block here, it could actually benefit me. Or do they not keep those stats? Probably not, because it just says wow in combat, right? Oh. They're a big deck. They have recruited a 32-32. You know what? That's not great for me. But when this enters combat with a character, kill it. That's pretty great for me. So I can just do this. The other thing I can do is get my Tome of the Dead developed, and then if they are a big deck, then after a few turns this will go off, and then I try to time resurrecting a bunch of stuff from my graveyard to happen at the same time. That's the idea anyway. Kill target undead character on the field and kill both characters adjacent to the target. It's terrible news. Pay 4, all characters take... Okay, well. I don't think this is going to go well for me. Just going to be honest with you here. Cost 3 or less is raised to your assault zone. Give me my evolving parasite back. It'll be raised to the assault zone, which is not so much what I want, but let's do it anyway. Ow. Yeah, anybody interested in checking this out, supporting the game, and supporting me as well, the link in my chat command, !IWC, is a referral link, so would really appreciate that. Silence Code, thank you for the raid. How you doing? How you doing? We're having a lot of fun making some zombies and kind of getting crushed by a 3232 right now. What do you do? He raises all characters into your graveyard. Okay, I want to do this next turn. I would love to revive this 5/7 again. Oh no. I don't know what I expected to happen there, but okay, so I'm getting destroyed. But why did I not just use this effect? Hold on. Kill target deployed character. Move character from a game. At the end of the turn, it returns to play. Okay. That's fine. You're going to destroy my 5/4, and then I'm going to destroy your 3232? Oh, you hit me first? And then everything dies. Well, you know what? At least I have my Alita back. I may be dead, but at least I have my Alita back. I'm going back in. And it's not the same opponent again. Splash screen is a lot. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so they're playing the aggro deck, it looks like. My goal will be to not get hit in the face a million times, and then later I can do a big resurrect turn. If I can just keep myself alive long enough. That's my understanding of this matchup, having never played this matchup. Okay. You do have a lot of charge, which kind of makes me want to start defending like immediately, but yeah, I don't feel like chipping them for 4 damage is the answer here. Just give me a 4/4 that'll be bigger if it's in combat. Yep. That works out nicely. Target character and opponent controls becomes undead if that character dies. Raised to your support zone under your control. Okay, I like it. And this thing has been poisoned, so I'm not too scared about it. And just give me one of these. Or do I want to make this 5/7? I don't really want to be transforming into their units, but I'd rather be gold efficient or mana efficient and just play the 3 cost here. Ah, I see. I see what you're doing. It's deployed to all other undead characters I control have 1/1. Okay. Give me a couple more of these guys. Remind me what Infect does. Enemy characters killed by it are reanimated to your support zone. That's right. Okay. Return this to my hand, and then they hit me in the face a bunch again. Look, I'd really like it if you stopped hitting me in the face. Would really help me out here. Is there any of their things that I want to steal? Once this dies, I could resurrect it potentially. Did I miss today's unabridged reading of Sun Tzu's The Art of War? Yeah, sorry to tell you that that part of the stream is over. It's over. It's done. All right, I really appreciate it if you stopped doing that. Can't help but feel like my deck is extremely poorly equipped to deal with this. Doesn't look like they have much in their hands, though. So I kind of want to just keep the Plague Bearers in my support zone, yeah? It'll be harder for the opponent to kill them that way. And I can just play this super infectious zombie straight into defense here. All characters in your assault zone have 2/0. Interesting. They put these back into their support zone. I wouldn't say I know their cards well enough to know why they did that. Other than if they're just afraid of me doing exactly this. Or are they baiting me into attacking them so that they can attack me? I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels like it makes sense. I don't have much in my graveyard, actually. I don't know. Let's pretend this is what I want to do. Really gonna need you to stop hitting me in the face so much. Really would help me out. If the end of the turn of Apathena is deployed, all enemy characters on the battlefield became poisoned. Oh, yes, I would like that very much. Seems like I probably should have played that last turn. There we go. Now I've got some of their units. You have charge, but I guess I still can't make you attack yet. Anyway. Kind of want to throw some of these into attack, but I also don't want to get smoked from 29 health. Ow. You can't be blocked if you didn't attack last turn. That's why you were returning it. I understand now. That's why you were returning it to your hand. Target character gains infect and +1/0 for each card in your graveyard. I don't have a super big graveyard, right? What I do have is a lot of units. I'm just going to buff one of these things up and hope that that's a decision that makes sense. They're going to return 5 cards to my hand. Oh no. I mean, I should have seen it coming, but also, oh no. All right, fair enough. Did I set up for lethal though? Because if so, it wasn't on purpose, but I would love... Oh no, so close. I actually got them down to 9. It seems like probably if I remembered they had that card, I could have won that one, but that's my mistake. I'm learning things, figuring it out a little bit at a time, right? We have another zombie player. Finally, another zombie enthusiast. All right. I'm going to play this. It'll grow over time, ideally. And if turn 1 isn't the turn to play that, then when is? I have to imagine this is the type of thing you just keep in your support zone. Am I crazy? Maybe the strategy is to just get it played, because having something is better than having nothing. But its power and health become equal to... Okay, so they have a thing that gets cheaper and bigger based on how much is in the graveyard. It's a little scary. You play a 6/6 that can resurrect, and then just try to block this thing. They played Tome of the Dead, so after a few turns, everything's gonna die. Honestly, at this point, I think I'm just gonna throw everything in offense. I'm ready to just try to smack them a bit. And they're still holding their zombie scavenger, so... This kills or removes a character. It gains the keywords and types. Pay 2, remove a character from a graveyard. And it gains 2/2. Okay. I do not currently wish to think of the implications of that. And when given the option to put cards into the graveyard and develop nothing, I find it extremely hard to resist. Because it just seems like I'm choosing fun, you know? Given the option, I choose fun. That seems like way better than the card I just played. They paid 2 to put 5 in their graveyard. I paid 5 to put 7. I don't know if this was really a fair deal now that I know that other card exists. The last sleeper. Yeah. Me on a Saturday morning. I look like this too on a Saturday morning. Alright, I'd probably just jam a few small things here. But with glasses, exactly. I don't actually sleep with my glasses on, though. You can deploy this card from the graveyard. Every time you do it, gains 3/3. It kind of feels like I'm playing against the better version of my deck. Okay, I would like to raise a bunch of things. All characters in your graveyard that cost 3 or less. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They are doing the same exact thing. I'm not really surprised by that. Huh. Well, I have initiative, right? So don't I just win? Is that how it works? This little thing means I have initiative. So don't they have to defend me? I guess that doesn't mean I win, but it means they have to defend me, right? Right. They all got returned, so I don't have them anymore. That would make sense. Okay. Initiative just means your effects resolve first. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know how that's different from what I said. Shuffle a card from your graveyard into your deck, draw a card. Okay. This seems pretty strong. These things keep growing. It's a little concerning. Hmm. So I feel like I have to play this and hope that that's good enough. I mean, what else do I have? Because they just got a bunch of my stuff. All right. Surely this works. Surely I'm not dead. They choose to defend? I feel like that seems like an odd choice. So I don't want them to block me and also kill me. I feel like if I'm playing this thing, it's just going to benefit my opponent even more than me, but I'm going to do it anyway because I don't know what else to do. Okay, let's go with this. This doesn't seem great for me. Although it also doesn't seem like I'm dead. Okay. So they are stacked up for their next turn, but I can throw down a boomy and pretend that that does enough. I mean, it doesn't benefit me to have anything else there that's just going to immediately die. But it might be worth having something with over 6 health. None of these are ready yet. No. Okay, I guess I should have drawn a card then if that's what I'm gonna do. Kaboom. They do have a 32-6. That doesn't seem like great news. It doesn't seem like great news, but they're actually pretty low. So I can maybe push through by just hitting them in the face this turn as much as possible. Pay 2, deal 1 damage to all characters on the battlefield. Huh. I mean, they have a 1 health thing and I don't. So that might be worth doing, actually. I don't have much in the graveyard. I don't have any characters in the graveyard, so Rampant Virus is still not accomplishing anything for me. So I'm going to be honest with you. I do not know if this is a mutually assured destruction type thing, or if I win because I have initiative, assuming that I do enough damage, obviously. But let's see what happens. Both players are very low on morale as well, but me more so. Oh no. I don't get through. I mean, I kill their stuff here, but I don't get through. So, I mean, this having flying is still worth something, right? The question is, do I just die now? Can't play any of these. Do I have anything to target with this? I have that. It feels like I should be dead here, but I also don't know anything. So let's just hope I'm not. There's no way I can defend all this, so I should just try attacking and see if it works in the order I want it to, but it probably doesn't. If it has flying, it loses flying? Oh no. I did not expect them to have something that makes me lose flying. Take 1 everything. Take 6 everything. I'm in negative morale now, so that should mean I lose, right? Wait, and now this goes off and everything dies, which means we're both in negative morale. I'm going to need a scholar. I'm going to need some kind of Infinity Wars scholar to explain to me how that's a victory for me. We're both in negative morale. Is it just a draw? Is it that I have more health and we both have negative morale? Oh, it says tie match. Victory and then tie match. You know what? I'll take a tie. Considering how that game was going, I will take a tie. It says tie match. Yeah, but it said victory in bigger letters. All right, I'm going to take this deck, save it as cool deck 2. This is an illegal deck. Okay, I wanted to find that 2-cost card they played that seemed very good for this specific kind of deck. So I'll narrow it down to the right type of cards. Fill the Graves. I need some Fill the Graves. I can have up to 100 cards. That's is kind of a large deck. Okay. I kind of don't want these anymore. Let's make the deck worse and then figure out what I did that made it worse. Have you tried the random deck? Like a deck of random cards? Because that doesn't seem like what I want to do. I'm guessing I can only have one location at a time. I don't love that so much. Give me way too many of these. Okay. I can have up to 3. And I'm guessing this is maxed as well. Yeah, okay. So up to 3 of each card, it looks like. I understand. That is an understandable rule. I feel like there's better 2s than that one. Feel like I don't care for that all that much. Maybe I should, though. It summons a lot. It should be made clear that I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just making changes based on what seemed good to me. So I would rather not start with a super infectious zombie, I think. I'd maybe rather start with a boomy, something situational that I'd like to be able to have at any moment. And then, can I find Zombie Abomination's cost is reduced by the number of characters in your graveyard. When it enters the deployed area, its power and health become equal to the combined power and health of every character in your graveyard. When it leaves, they are raised from your graveyard. It just seems like phenomenal. I'm sure there's something wrong with what I'm doing right now, but I'm not willing to figure out what yet. I don't know if I'm really going to have enough things in my graveyard to allow that to work. And then I probably would rather have this be here. Okay. Cool deck 2. I probably just made the deck a lot worse, but selected deck is illegal. Do you mind telling me why? You must have a minimum of 40 cards. A Baryon Hammer of Dawn doesn't meet purity rules. Okay, I have a card in here that I can't have. Is that what it's telling me? It doesn't look like I do. A Baryon Hammer of Dawn doesn't meet purity rules. Okay, but I don't have one of those. Am I crazy? Reopen the deck builder to check. All right. I don't have access to this card. I don't know why that would be the case, but all right. Then in that case, just give me another zombie or something. Deck is legal. Okay, I'm not sure what the issue is, but it's just an illegal card. Okay. Let's go. Shouldn't be available yet to add today. Okay. Gotcha. So I am, very willing to admit that I probably just spent several minutes making my deck worse. But only one way to find out, right? It's another zombies mirror, and it looks like they have the starting commanders. They might be using the base deck that I was just playing. First time I played, I got matched into a level 65. Have you considered you're just too good of a player? And the game recognizes your skill, even if you haven't played yet. Maybe that was the issue. Yeah, your internal MMR is too high. They are playing a card that's illegal. I would like to call the cops. Somebody please dial 911. Level means nothing. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. I feel like probably most people here are pretty experienced with card games. Although, to be fair, most people playing this game currently are probably pretty experienced with card games. So. Alright, they're summoning a lot of things right now. It's a little bit concerning for me, so let's play a Tome of the Dead. And do a little defending. Two zoom. 2 is actually my favorite amount of zooms. I have nothing in my grave, so this zombie abomination is really coming along great. I can just play this and then pay 2 for this thing. Am I okay with just getting chunked for some damage here? Probably. I don't know, I kind of instantly regret doing that. How far along are you? 33%. So I like poisoning them and making a large thing. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And just throw these into defense. Seems odd that they wouldn't target a bigger unit unless I'm missing something. Which is pretty believable. Alright. It's a very nice deal 2 situation. Or maybe it isn't. Now that I look at it. Because like everything's gonna die soon anyway. Well, anyway. This thing is really expensive. Just get some stuff into my graveyard that maybe I can resurrect later. Hold on. Doesn't it have to be something that costs 3 or less? Yeah, so how could I choose this? I can't. Okay. I understand. Also, I realize now that I think about it that taking something out of my graveyard to then immediately put it back into the graveyard is probably not the most sensible thing to do. Ow. 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 And ow. Oh, but you take 6 though, so who's really winning here? Zombie abomination. It's your time to shine. Finally. Oh no. I see. Oh, wait, no. That order does work. It did still get the stats. I thought for a second that the order was going to be bad because this would put them in the support and then this wouldn't get the stats. But it looks like it's still huge. I guess it would have been like way bigger, huh? Well, anyway, it's still huge. I don't have that many regrets here. So I probably have to defend enough to not just die, but I also would like to kill them. 16, so they're probably not gonna put much more in that can attack this turn, right? I wouldn't expect them to be charge heavy. I don't know. I hope this works for me. Did I play nothing that turn? I think I played nothing that turn. Well, anyway. It works regardless. Your opponent has left the game. What, they don't want to watch this? It's so much fun. Minus 52. I'm going for some kind of overkill record. Although there's probably something that's like multiplicative that would just deal like 1,000,000 or something. Feel like every game has one. Alright, looks like some kind of robot-based deck. And I don't think I've seen any of these cards, so it'll be a new experience. Becomes targeted, it turns into a... So I probably don't want to target it. Have successfully paid off 2 more medical bills today. Yo, congratulations. What's your deal? You're a 10-10. Ah, I see. They paid 1 to get the targeted transform effect, and it gives them a buff. That seems kind of spooky. I would describe that as spooky. I'm also thinking that 6 consecutive turns is an awful lot of turns, but this thing is also just a 2-mana 6/6, which doesn't seem that bad. So I will play it. Why did I not put this in defense? Couldn't tell you. I'll tell you straight up though, I think it's a Tome of the Dead. Get an early Tome of the Dead out, and then just play some cheap stuff for a few turns. I like the sound effect. Yeah, me too. Big sound effect fan. I think I'll play this out now to get something defending. Take a quick 13, a cool 13. Yeah, it's not a very promising start for me. I'll put it that way. This looks bad. And also, it makes me want to play a robot deck. Ow. Ow. Another Zombomination. Okay, just give me 3/2 Costies. And then my Tome of the Dead should be ready. Lil Timmy Bot. When Lil Timmy Bot dies, you draw a card. Rest in peace, Lil Timmy Bot. So it's not great for me that they get these 5/5s, but it is bad. So at least I have that coming for me. I think it's just worth playing out this Hakim. Even if it's not the biggest graveyard in history, it feels like enough of a tempo play, and it defends against these 5/5s. I mean, that's a lot of things. It does kind of have anti-synergy with my Zombomination, though. Which is not awesome. Okay, I want to be able to defend against a 10/10 and a 13/13, essentially. And then I can chuck the rest into attacking mode. That feels like it makes sense, at least. And let's just throw some more stuff out. Oh, I already have one of these. It's a unique character. I can't have another one. Ah, yes. Then would I rather shuffle and draw? Nah, I'm fine with this. I'll float the 2. Last sleeper, too sleepy. Does look a little bit sleepy, it's true. Oh, I didn't read their artifact, or did they just play it? So they, which effect are they giving it? They can give it a couple different effects. Which one did they give it? Is it flying now? Looks like they made it flying now. Okay. Does the clicking do anything? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not conscious that I'm clicking anything. Like, I probably am, but... So this is just a +2, 0. Oh yes, the same thing as last turn. I could have just drawn, but I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to use that money. So I'm just going to try to smack them down. I don't see much of a better line given I can't block their flying units with anything I have anyway. Oof. Okay, it looks like I'm alive, but are they alive? Probably not. I didn't bother to count up the damage because, I mean, who counts these days? You have to believe in the heart of the cards. Nice. So there's some obvious anti-synergy in my deck between the big zombie payoff card that requires you to still have things in your graveyard and the one that takes them out of your graveyard. So maybe you don't actually want to run both of those things, but whatever. I'm going to try playing the pre-build robot deck that I was probably just playing against because it seemed neat. How you doing, Henry? Your boy is back. Hello, hello. So, I'm going to play the thing that I can afford to play. And go ahead and buff my splitter. I need the card that when you target it, it turns into the zombie robot, the undead robot. I do like a splitter light, probably. Ow. Why do I not attempt to block these things? Deal 4 damage to 2 target characters. You can target the same one more than once. I don't know if hitting this for 8 really helps me all that much. I'd probably rather do this and then give a 3/3 buff. Something like that. No, stop buffing your things. Only I'm allowed to buff my things. I really should have played this. Left and rightmost characters in support zone gain +1/1 at the end of the turn. Now that I see them playing theirs and I see that it's like good, I'm realizing that I also wish to play that card. Oh, right. I can't play this. What I can do is double cannon fire down your undead. And then go on the attack. If you buff this for +3, then it doesn't die. So let me just throw in one of these, just in case. And also it blocks the 13/13, which is probably the more relevant reason. Artificial characters you control cost 1 less. Pay 4, choose to give them +2/2, create an unending drone or create a mechanism. So this seems really good if you can develop it and not be dying. And I maybe can. Can I have more than one artifact? I do not know. I wish to find out. It looks like I can. Thank you, artifact. All right. Pay 2, it gets +4/0. At the end of the turn, if you didn't activate it, sacrifice it and deal damage equal to its power to all characters on the battlefield. It's very fun. I like that. However, I would probably like to just buff a bunch of things, right? That feels like it makes sense to me. Okay, okay. That turn seems reasonable. I don't like it when they buff their things. I only like it when I buff my things. R.I.P. Lil Timmy. Small Timothy. Summon 3 small Timothys, take control of an artifact, or target character gets 12/12. Having a giant flying character sounds very funny to me. And I feel that that's a good enough thing. Doing something because it sounds funny is one of the best reasons to do it. Let's not clog up my chat with support stuff. I don't really mind that much, but there's also not much that I can say in response. You gotta like ask me about my favorite snack foods and stuff. That's the sort of thing that I have strong opinions on. So I'm kind of getting demolished. All damage that would be dealt to a character you control is redirected to Martyr Golem instead. Their small Timothy is so big. Guess I probably defend with this. Use this to kill a 7/7. Can I block with my flying unit? I can, right? It just can't be blocked. All right, I don't know about all this. Remove target character from the game. It comes back later. Yeah, that seems like not so good for me. So I will say, by the way, this sentence I'm about to say is not sponsored. The Cheeto flavored Lay's potato chips are really good. Assuming you like Cheetos and Lay's potato chips. Now back to the actual sponsored content. So I feel like I needed that card that when you target it turns into a 7/7 or whatever it was. So let me see if I can get something like that going. Save deck as Lil Timmy Simulator. And then take me into the deck builder. I don't have access to Luca Passion. Okay, let me find that card then. Okay, so it was a low cost, right? And also, since my deck is called Lil Timmy Simulator, I have to have maximum Lil Timmy bots. I think that's obvious. One mana draw one seems like it's good. Maybe I'm wrong about that. It also kind of feels like diluting your deck with extra cards just takes away the whole point of running a 1 mana draw 1. So I'll add that at the end if I need extras. I don't love this thing. Do love that thing. Okay, gain flying. I want more of the thing that gives plus 12/12. Give me one more of those. Bombot is fun. Splitter Light feels nice for making blockers. Okay, I want another upgrade. I probably want another support drone as well. Load me up on low cost units, I guess. Recycle is probably better. All right, let me look at recycle. Yo, a 0 cost 0-1 with haste. Shuffle target card from your graveyard into your deck, draw a card. Yeah, this seems pretty good, but also I don't know if I need it if I'm running triple Timothy's. I might be wrong about that. Genuinely unsure. Is this an artifact that does nothing? Because if so, that's hilarious. All right, I'm not going to read like every card. I just want to find what's the card that when they target it, it turns into a 7/7. Okay, so here's a payoff. Transform target artifact into an 8/8. That's why you would run an artifact that doesn't do anything. That's kind of funny, though. Okay. Can someone help me out? What was the thing they had that when they targeted it, it transformed into like an undead? Infected something? And also look at Omnitron. Infected drone. There we go. Thank you. These are good, and I also want this to be an infected drone. If I start out with one that I can target. Honestly, what if I start with 2? I'll look at Omnitron. I don't know if you're telling me it's a payoff for the thing or if you just wanted me to put it in. Let me look at it. Reduced by 1 for each artifact. Okay, okay. So it's one of the ones that's a payoff for having artifacts. Got you. So I've got a bit of a buff deck. Just banking on buffing things up. And I'm going to maybe remove some things that don't specifically help with that. Okay, I don't know. It's obviously not perfect because I don't know meta like at all, but I'm gonna run with it. I feel like I'm figuring some things out. Oh, I'm playing against somebody who nobody likes. It's kind of sad for them. So they're playing like the aggro deck, I think. I don't know what this card does. When you deploy it, draw a fortress, create a flame-drawn aspirant. Okay. Dawn, rather. Well, I hope they like my 1 mana 10/10s, because I know I do. But hear me out, what if it was a 15/15 instead? This seems like a very silly matchup so far. I'm kind of here for it, though. Who needs to defend anyway? Exactly. I gotta see what happens if I keep just doing this. Ah, yes, they will simply defend me. What they don't know is that I can turn it into a flying creature. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that to like totally change the look of their side of the board. Pretty neat. It is pretty neat, isn't it? I should probably be like defending or whatever, but eh. This is what they want me to do. Okay. Enters the deploy area, create an upgrade in your hand. I don't know what that does. I mean, 29 flying should be enough to just kill them. But do I have a way to not also die in the process? I don't know. Oh, are they sending this back to my hand or something? Yeah, this seems bad for me. Definitely doesn't seem good. So it's probably not how I was supposed to play that matchup, like, at all. But I just wanted to see if I could get there by making one. Oh, it was a draw. Is another tie. Just kidding, I played it perfectly. I missed how that was a tie. They left the game. Surely that should still give them the win, but I don't know, did they run out of morale or something? I didn't notice. Same opponent. They're playing a different deck, though. Not gonna lie to you, I'm not reading all of that until you play it and then punish me. What's your deal? If you're in the command zone, he costs 1. While deployed, he cannot be moved from the defense zone. Okay, well, he exists solely to block 10 damage. I'm starting to think this card isn't any good. Let's play an artifact, and the card that I just claimed I don't think is good. So they're getting extra resources just by having these. It's a little spooky. Maybe I just shoot them down. I mean, almost certainly the right play, right? So that they don't ramp to something really strong. Oh no, they gave them health. Shouldn't they be at 1 health? Hold on. Oh, they're not on the battlefield. Well, that's my mistake. For some reason, I thought this card could target the support zone. But that's just me not knowing how to read, I suppose. Let's make a small Timothy and use, I guess just upgrade. Split some buffs for now. Nah, it's probably better not to split since I have the thing that can turn a unit into flying later. Unblockable. When you take damage, you gain that much power. That's a little terrifying. If you die, you instead exhaust and return to its original health and power. Oh boy, that's quite frightening. What if I just one-shot it though? What if I just one-shot it? Honestly, get absolutely destroyed. Unstoppable. When you deal damage to a fortress, that fortress owner loses that much morale instead of taking damage. It doesn't really matter to me right now. If you would die, you instead exhaust and return to it. Okay. So I should be winning here if I just dump some buffs onto things. I should just be able to attack through for enough damage. Ah, but they're returning something. Or they're removing their buffs, rather. Maybe not so great then. And also maybe a reason why I shouldn't have been stacking buffs onto one thing. But obviously I didn't know about that effect. I'm gonna need to get flying soon. Speaking of flying, can't you turn into a flying artificial whatever? I don't have the 10 that it costs, but eventually you can. Okay, I'm just gonna get this played and use this twice on you along with the 7/6 to get through. Hopefully that will be good enough. They're blocking with their ramp lords, which seems like it's desperation. But it also seems like they're kind of beating me still. When you enter the deployed area, create an upgrade in your hand. I guess it's time to figure out what that does. And then we want to get you out so that I can turn you into a flying thing next turn. Do I care enough to want to block this? I guess so, since I'm trying to just get through with the flying next turn anyway. I know they have several things that are unblockable, so it kind of defeats the purpose. Activate the effects of a bunch of things and then create each of them. So I don't know exactly what that does, but it seems like it's probably real bad for me, if I had to guess. Okay. Become a flying whatever. Maybe I should have blocked with the 2111. Does that matter? All characters gain plus 03. All characters take 4 damage. No. Oh, wait. You've gone to my hand? I don't know. I'm a little confused about how this ended up back in my hand, but I suppose it's time to play it. They're using a lot of effects. I'm bound to miss some of them. All right, all in on this. Please don't have anything you can do to stop this. I thought you were unblockable. How are you blocking? All right, so I'm super dead. But at least I have Lil Timmy bot. That's what really matters. I was under the impression that I couldn't be blocked, even by flying the units. Looks like it was unstoppable, not unblockable. Ah, it's a very different thing. I would say that might have changed how I played this game, but I also think that given that information, there wasn't any way for me to win this. How is this a tie match? You have a very strange definition of tie match. I mean, I'll take it. I'll stay the mysterious mystic. They always leave. Fair enough. I'm going back to zombies. I feel like I understand zombies. Like in my heart. I'm going to put the command in chat again with some info. We're playing Infinity Wars Classic. Check it out using my affiliate link in the chat right now. Muting stream. See you later. Or you'll hear me later. Anyway. I'd rather play this. You have some one-cost things. What do I think you're likely to play? Probably this. Oh, I'm playing against that one guy. Let's go. I just noticed that because you told me. That would explain the muting stream. I understand now. Let's go. Loser by choice. A player who is super cracked but just quit before winning. You know, it's fine with me. Seems like a strange decision, but... Okay, so you have a couple of angels. They're not flying. That feels like the relevant information here. I like that it shows it moving around. Oh, I maybe should have targeted Tempest again. It's kind of a spooky thing for them to have. Okay. I think I like just developing another scavenger as well as a plague bearer. And I can just... You're a 6/6 that when you're on the battlefield, the first character of your opponent's assault zone cannot attack. I think I might just defend here, and I will put the zombie scavenger out instead of waiting for it. All right, we're both defending. I don't love that they're making a huge flying character. Okay. Check out this game all, and if you want to support it on Kickstarter, make sure to use the link in the chat command. Yep. Have a nice night, Trailcast. Thank you for helping out as always. If you're deployed, return it to your hand, then target champion and your hand costs 1 less than great. It's a real bad situation for me where he's gonna make a giant flying champion who honestly is like a little bit hot, but that's not important to the gameplay. What's important is that I'm not sure how I'm going to defend against these angels with my zombies. I feel like I positioned pretty poorly there. And Liliara's on the battlefield. Other angels you control have flying. They already did, I think. Well, no need to pretend to try to defend then. Hi, BBK80. Hello, hi. Ow. Oh no. They're buffing all angels. I'm a little concerned. I don't have any way to deal with huge flying creatures, which is like the entire enemy deck. But I can... No, I got nothing. I can play a Hakim, but it doesn't really summon much yet. So it's probably best to just keep playing things and hope it works out. Which doesn't sound like it should be the strategy, but I don't have much else right now. Next ability, it's just a counter spell. Well, I didn't play an effect, so doesn't matter. Ow, 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 ow. It's a little bit of a late Tome of the Dead. It kind of feels like something that'll pay off in 3 turns is not really what I'm looking for right now. So I guess I should be drawing a card here. gonna... I mean, it's too late for this to do anything. Yeah, I'm just dead. I can't defend against the flying, so best I can do is to just also attack a bunch. That's a 25-25 flying right there with other words on it. Oof. Ow. Ouchie. GG, GG. Let me go back in with my probably bad robot deck. And also, it's time for me to take the vitamin gummies. Anybody want to play the fun mini game of trying to guess the shape of my vitamin gummies? Going pepper and croissant. We'll see. We'll see about that. What's up, happiness? How are you? Depends on if I win the gummy game. Ah, I understand. It's a high stakes moment. So they have stuff that damages me if it's in their graveyard. It's interesting. Interesting mechanic. Very exhausted, but when exhausted can't be depressed. I really don't think it works that way. Don't tell me that it's been working. All right, that's how it works for sure. All right, I think I'm just gonna play a couple of Timothys out here. Develop some Timothys onto the board. Why is little Timmy bot so sad? Because it was created just to die, I suppose. Also, gummy shape reveal. We have a golf ball and a pine cone. Sounds like a fun night. What do I want to buff here? Probably just my my healthier undead. I have 3 innovative wishes in my hand. Easy win. Definitely. The easiest. Smoke. Is the third one really still innovative? It says so on the card. Who am I to argue? I think I'm better off developing things here than playing one of them. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if I should have just summoned in an Alita, but no, I'm okay with this. Start making a big flying unit. This looks like a normal game. Yeah. I'm making a big helicopter, also known as scouting drone. And who doesn't love that? All right, location. Pay 5, exhaust an artificial character you control. Target character's power and health become equal to exhausted character's power and health. I don't know if that's worth it. That's really expensive. Back again. Hello, hello. I feel like I'm the type of human person who would just want to give this some buffs now. And hope that they don't have some sort of counter for it. Let me explain it in a different way. Go for it. Oh no, don't kill my drone, please. I said please? Copy the stats of the first guy and give them to the second. Yeah. So what is the exhaust part? Maybe that's the term I'm misunderstanding. Why are some cards in color? So if you play free to play, you have access to every card in black and white. And if you support the game, check out my link here. You can get full color animated versions of cards. You can unlock by packs and so yeah. So you can get different animated and full color cards and stuff, and it's really a very nice system because it's like the only game like this where you start with access to cards, right? I mean, I choose to play an ability card. Now, if only I could see in color in real life. I'm gonna just play ability cards to use the effect of this thing. From day one, yeah, the exact same power in deck building as someone that's played for years. Fuck, pay to win. Well said. How do these costs work? So mana cost is in the top left. And then you can see in this diamond right here, that's my mana. And it just goes up by 1 at the start of every turn, like in Hearthstone or something. The number in the top right is the morale cost. So if this thing dies, for example, my morale counter goes down by 8. And then if that bar runs out, I die. So it's another lose condition. Untouchable. Cannot be targeted by other cards. Okay. But what I can do is continue using Drayson's effect. It has to be in the assault zone. It can't be defending. I probably just want to make you flying, huh? So I'll just give you flying and then play some stuff. And then I guess these can go over here if you're flying. Gonna do the 12 damage split up. Please do not hit my 11 health unit 11 times. Be pretty bad odds for that, but I've seen things like that happen before, certainly. How? Okay. So I can make a huge dragon. 25/25 flying unstoppable artificial dragon. And I think I could just use that to defend. Gotta sleep? Alright, have a good sleep. I'm just trying to decide if that's better than trying to get more buffs here or something. You aren't doing lethal damage yet. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna go for the lethal and hope that doing so does not cost me the game. That is my plan. You have removed target character from the game. This seems really bad for me. There's a lot of like counterplay that I clearly don't anticipate. I feel like a lot of my losing is attributed to going all in on something that can get countered. Run it back with Cool Deck 2. I should probably try more decks at some point, but I just really enjoy making zombies. Sometimes you just want to make some zombies, you know what I mean? Okay. Seems like I want to mulligan this. I don't know if that's much better, but early last sleeper is solid. They're just starting by jamming some Timothys. I like it. Like where their head's at. Oh, they're ramping and drawing. That's a spooky thought. Now I'm concerned. I don't know if I still like where their head's at. Oh, you're unique. That's right. I remember that now. What faction? I'm not sure I know the question. Take artifact card in your deck. Oh wow, they can just tutor an artifact, huh? I'm just playing like a zombies deck. I'm just making a bunch of zombies. If that's what you're asking. Yeah, this isn't the default deck. I've changed it to be possibly worse. But probably more fun. I don't know. I changed it so that it made sense in my head, which is not necessarily a good thing, considering I have not played this game all that long. Zombie spam with Hakim Revival. Yeah, I just also have these zombie abominations that are like complete anti-synergy with the Hakim. That it seems like I probably shouldn't have these anymore. But I just want to believe in the idea of them. You know what I mean? This is not a list that someone made, unless I'm someone. I just made this deck like an hour ago. It's not like... Oh, you mean the opponent's deck probably, don't you? My deck isn't something. It's just cards. It's not a deck, it's just a collection of cards. The thing about me, I've never actually seen a card game before. Yeah, so I mean, they're gonna remove all this stuff, but then I can just bring it back, right? So, do I actually care? Do you only damage things in? Yeah, you're only on the battlefield, so I'll keep this back. They're holding off. All right, fair enough. I honestly didn't know that there were like games you could play with cards. I thought it was just like fortune reading, you know what I mean? I thought that's what people did with cards. Being a bit more casual into card games. So I want to clarify that everything I'm saying is extremely sarcastic and I am in no way more casual into card games, but I do enjoy this so far. I have played probably literal hundreds of Hearthstone tournaments. um, but yes, I'm having fun. There's a lot more counterplay in this game than what I'm used to in Hearthstone. So a lot of the time, I'll just be going for like, okay, I want to make a big flying minion, and then they have some way to interact with it. And, obviously it's the type of thing where if you know the game a little better, you can play around it more, right? It's been a long time since I've played in the sort of TCG world, though, since I kind of became like an auto battler card game streamer. But the years of card game playing is there. Still not anything compared to the people who have been playing Magic the Gathering since 1981. I like to say that I competed internationally because I played one tournament in China, and I feel like that makes me sound better than I am. But it is true, I have competed internationally. Why not fast forward? I had no idea there was a fast forward option. Gonna be completely I mean, I see it now that you say that. It's like right here. Rate 3 things. You're not gonna get me to answer that question. You said rate 3 things and then listed 3 games I have all been sponsored by. Why would I answer that question? I'll put it this way. I'm having fun. I was having fun look, if I am playing something and I'm having fun, it'll probably be obvious. If you saw maybe some sponsored streams in the past where I wasn't playing things that are in my wheelhouse so much, if I'm not playing an auto battler or a card game, you can maybe see that I'm a bit more checked out, just realistically speaking. But I'm having some fun here. Card game expert's intuition picked up on that trick question. We'll know what game it is when he streams tomorrow. Don't do this to me. No, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I kind of usually just turn my stream on and then figure it out. Kind of like making these bloodthirsties. Let's go ahead and do that. GeoGuessr will be proven as #1 card game. It's true, I am a GeoGuessr addict. It's also true that I did a stream where I just read The Art of War. I expect tomorrow we'll be just chatting to fix his microphone again. That's also true. I did do a stream under the just chatting category that was just me attempting to fix my microphone. GeoGuessr is the superior card game. This one's pretty good too, but it just can't compete with a game that has no cards and instead has Google Maps. It's true, I also like crossword puzzles. I was filming some videos for YouTube and doing some crossword puzzles, and I probably filmed like 5 videos that I just scrapped because they were unwatchable. But when I do it live on stream, I don't get to decide whether it's unwatchable because it's already happened. So that's the trick. That's the trick. Sponsor in stream being humorous. They've been very good to me. The Infinity Wars people have been very friendly, and they're high on the rate the sponsors scale if I was actually going to do that, which I'm not, because I know better. The game studio hired a shitposter meme lord who runs their social accounts. Honestly, when that's what the audience on Twitch is gonna be 90% of the time plus, it's probably a good thing, right? I'm just gonna kind of ignore what they're doing and make a bunch of zombies. Because I'm legally allowed to. Is all the text on the cards important, or like MTG flavor text? So I remember seeing, it might have been in the intro like tutorial video that I watched, something that mentioned flavor text. However, I have not yet seen text on cards that didn't have something to do with actual gameplay effects. All right, where are you along on your spiritual journey? 33%. Okay. I can hold off on this Hakim and just play the other things I have. Is this a Marvel thing? This is not a Marvel thing. This game was first created a long time before the movie Infinity War, if that's what you're asking. Marvel rip off this game. True. This game came out originally the same year that I graduated high school. Don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it is true. I don't know what my opponent's doing, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, so it's ancient, exactly. It's especially weird when you consider that I'm only 15 years old currently. Alright. It's time. It's finally time. We're gonna make some... Oh, I can only have one. because it's unique. We're going to make one giant zombie abomination. And also one of these, why not? Marvel has huge lawyer powers. Yeah, I don't think it's one of those things that's like worth doing, but I like the idea. Just hire Marvin Gaye's lawyer. The thing is, Marvin Gaye presumably also has lots of money. Anyway, here's a 108, 101. How can you not love that? Come on. How do you not love a giant one shot? Big fan of guys with more attack than your starting HP. Same. I understand the utility of the A-bomb in the command zone now. Maybe not the deck, though. That's actually a very good point. I really don't need the ones in the deck. Just the one that is like starting commander. Have you seen the random deck yet? No, but I can check that out. I feel like I should just put some more 1-drops in. Although now that I look at them, that's not really like a thing that I can do. I'm kind of 1-dropped up. That's fine. Maybe like some 3s to fill out the curve. Flying deadly cannot block. Okay, I'll try it. But first, I am going to check out the random deck. Is that in here? Where do I go for random deck? Daft draft. Okay, let's go. Daft draft time, baby. If you're deployed, you gain an extra resource next turn. Love that. Also, I love that I have more of them. Shuffle 20 random cards into your deck. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to do that. Activate Medi every turn. Oh, my bad. I don't really want to be reading forever. So let me just like pick things at random. Well, semi-random. A random character card from Infinity Wars is created and put into your hand. I like that it specifies a character card from Infinity Wars so that I don't play it and just get a card from a completely different game. This strategy could not possibly fail me. Yeah, I can't get Pot of Greed. It's understandable. Medi can only be a commander. That just means I can't put it in my deck additionally. It doesn't mean I can't make it defend. You cannot lose the game this turn. Oh, fun. Just give me a flag bearer. Because it's a card I understand. Probably. All right, I'm going to play you again, and it's time for fun. And also, I'm going to put this on top of my deck. Plunder, exile 6. This is a lot of things. If you pay the exiled cost, it turns into a 16/16 with flying and plunder. Well, just give me the mechanism here. Deal 4 AoE is pretty good. That makes sense. I can see why that would be true. Okay. These are flying, so I can't do too much about blocking them yet, but I think I'll just play some stuff. I don't really want to play this. I don't know why I took it. So just give me this and this. Did I use this effect this turn? Probably not. Probably forgot. This seems like something I would do. I would like to play a corrupted celestial dragon now. Oh, right. It doesn't have haste. I would still like to play it. Can't block flying with any of these, but yeah, I guess I just get smacked by a bunch of flying units. Oh, I should have just defended against the charge. What am I doing? Been a hot minute since I played this. If you're interested in playing it again, check out the cool link in the chat. Yeah, I hadn't played this before, but seems like it's been around a while. Like since 2014 specifically. Okay. Give me a random. Give me you. And give me more random. I don't know. Oh, I keep forgetting to use this effect. After being told I should use this effect. First came to Kickstarter in 2012. Still here? Must be doing something, right? Right? Ow, my bones. You know what we call that, though? We call that a tie match. Poor dragon. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to play more zombies. I just feel that that's who I am now. Part of it maybe is that there's no deck like this in Hearthstone. How did you tie the other person quit at the end of the game? I think that's how anyway. There's no deck like this in Hearthstone. I know there's similar things in like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever where there's a graveyard mechanic, but it's just a bug. All right, it's just a bug. But I do not have experience resurrecting things from the grave. I'm a beginner necromancer. So, you know, it's a new fun thing for me. Might start practicing necromancy outside of the stream as well. Just as a hobby. All right. Oh, it's angels again. Last time I played against angels, I got absolutely destroyed. Maybe this time I'll not do that. It's not grave digging if they dig themselves out. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Let's get this taking 2 poison damage a turn. Alright, you're gonna make it so my assault zone can attack. I'll probably just defend with these this turn, and then just play one of these. This is why I wish I had more 3s or 1s. I just keep wasting mana. Yeah, I think I saw that angel you're talking about. I think it got played against me. I kind of thought they were going to play this. But anyway. Just give me some inevitables. It's probably better to just get this one out early. There's no reason to save it in the command zone, right? So I'll just jam it. If they are going to play this, well, it doesn't matter too much which thing I have first right now. I guess I probably would want that first, but... I will always play this without thinking about it. I mean, presumably it's pretty much always good, but even if it's not gonna stop me. That's a turn. Now you play this. Alright, so I probably want to throw out the boomy if they're going to be attacking with things that aren't flying. Ow, oof, ow. Ouch. You have haste, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Give me this. That's not great for me. It's not great. Don't like fast forward. I keep forgetting it exists. You need to hold it down. Might be true. I don't see how I don't just get smacked here. That's not what I meant to do. I don't have anything in my grave. How is that possible? Did they... I placed the top 5 cards of my deck in my graveyard. Did they like cleanse it or something? Is that even a thing that can happen? The top 3 cards of their graveyard are removed from the game. Ah, well, that would explain it. Yeah, this seems like a horrible matchup for me. Just abysmal. Pew. Kapow. Zowie. Oh, right. Fast forward. You know, I gotta say one thing about the fast forward. It makes it go faster and more forward. I guess that's two things, huh? Give me one more draft game. Draft me. Swap all characters. Blah, blah, blah. When you deploy Jade Witch, you may overcharge it once. If you do, it deals 12 damage to target attacking character. But this card is fun, so I take this card. I'm going to keep taking expensive things and then dying, probably. What's the fast forward button do? You know, I thought I had it for a second, but now I can't remember. I should take the thing that costs 4, probably. Although I should probably just play 2 brings life by passings, huh? Now that I think about it. For even 1 second. So next turn I'll be at 8 mana? That doesn't sound right. Give me a mammoth. I don't know. What do you do? Enrage 8. Pay 3 to enrage this, giving it 8/8. Okay, I understand. 7. 7 is a lot like 8. It is 1 less, though. I'll deploy to the end of the turn. If you did not receive fortress damage this turn, gain 10/0 and more. Yeah, this seems good. All right. Fast forward button. I just learned what that did. Right, you don't have haste. You just have flying. All characters in the defending player's support zone are moved to the defense zone. So that's good if I want to get rid of this thing. But I don't know how much I care about that. Just give me a dog. I will take a dog. Okay, you go here. You go here. Your or your opponent's. I will set my opponent's fortress to 50 health. That seems tremendous. That also seems kind of tremendous. Hunter dragon enters a deployed area. Your opponent creates a hunt for the dragon in their hand. Costs 1 with the ability kill target dragon on the battlefield. Okay. I see. It's still a 2010 that just smacked me in the face. Another character you control would take damage while Castiel is deployed and not ascended. That damage is redirected to Castiel and she ascends, gaining flying. That's a lot of things you just said right there. I'm going to kill target dragon on the battlefield. I think I will choose to kill target dragon on the battlefield and try to hit you in the face for 35. You have haste. I'll use you as a blocker. And play this for fun, play this for maybe taking out a blocker, and shuffle something to the top of my deck. Insane's cost is increased for each card in your hand at the end of each turn. If it's deployed, all cards in your opponent's hand are moved to your hand. It's ridiculous, but how could I not take it? Ow, ow, ow. Okay. I can almost afford it. Okay. Do I need to be blocking anything flying? Maybe not, but I probably need to be blocking in general. And then what if I just play several cards to get them out of my hand? Place every character in your opponent's deck into your support zone. I can't make that cheaper. I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of words on these cards. Let's take you. Okay. Target deployed character is removed from the game and it comes back at the end. Okay. They removed it from the game and it comes back. And now I play this thing. All cards in my opponent's hand are moved to my hand. That's almost enough to make me like not want to try to kill them. Is that bad manners? I mean, I'm gonna do it. Take an additional time this turn. Okay, sure. Ah, you can keep removing that from the game every turn. My opponent has left the game, But I just played a Tiger the Insane. You're not allowed to leave now? I was just starting to not let you have fun anymore. Alright, well, I'm glad I got to pull that off. That feels like one of those payoff cards that you're not supposed to actually be able to play. The rage quit. I mean, it's pretty much over at that point. What can you do? Alright, so it's getting to about that time. It's a little past midnight for me. I'm going to put the command in chat once more. Check out the Kickstarter. They have the new Intrigue set coming out. Everything is on that link, as well as some on this infographic right here. But if you click the link in chat, that's the one that tells them I sent you. Thank you for hanging out, everybody, as well. You can play this game totally free to play on Steam. It is 100% free, no pay to win whatsoever. And